You're watching Darrell J. Bennett Live. I'm so excited to be with you, and I can't wait to help you live a higher, more prosperous, more powerful, and more purpose-filled life. Let me tell you about myself. I'm Darrell J. Bennett. I wrote my first book at 18 years old. I started my first company at 21, and I graduated from Harvard Law School at 24. I know how to help people move into another stratosphere of destiny, to operate at a higher level. And that's what I'm here to help you do. Your life is never going to be the same again. Good morning and good day, everyone. And thank you for joining me once again. I am Darrell J. Bennett, and I'm here to talk today about something that's close to my heart, and that is the intersection of crime, current events, and people who have great talent who are caught in the crosshairs. Now, before I go further and talk about who we're going to talk about today, I want to say this. This is about education and empowerment. This is about education and empowerment. I waited over 2 years to talk about this because I did not want to add my voice when there was a lot of sensationalism. This is not about adding hype to a legal situation that someone is dealing with. Those of you that know my story, that have read Come Back Swinging, you know that I am both a graduate of Harvard Law School, a former attorney, and I've had lived experience in the penal system. I don't wish that on nobody. I know that's not grammatically correct. I'm going to say it again. I don't wish that on nobody. So part of my hesitation on speaking about this is that I know how hard it is when you're going through a legal situation and you're going through the worst moment in your life to have people just adding fodder. But this isn't that. This isn't that. This is about, again, education and empowerment. We're going to talk today about the legal trials of Kevin Perez, known to the world mostly as K-Flock, a rapper out of Bronx, New York, who was the first person to ever get 1 million views. I believe it was on YouTube from, I think it was a single video from the Bronx, an extraordinarily talented young man who has found himself in the midst of a number of legal situations. Now, before I go further, I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury. I am not here to give a critique on people's character or on their life. That's not my place, and that's certainly not my cause. This is about helping people to understand the legal system, helping people to understand what you might be doing now that could catch up with you later, so you can prepare and protect yourself. I had a pastor who once taught me to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And I absolutely believe, and let me just raise this conversation for a second, that we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. We're wrestling against powers and principalities. Regardless of what you think about the cases that I'm going to share, regardless of what you think about the charges, regardless of what you might think about this young man, it's no question that he's extremely talented. And what I know for a fact is that the enemy is after talented people, period. And he's after talented people at their height. And when I say the enemy, I'm not just talking about a ghoulish demon in hell. I'm talking about the system. I'm talking about structures. We do know that there is not just one justice system. Someone said there's 2 justice systems in America. There's hundreds of justice systems. And it almost never works for people who look like Kevin Perez. So I want to be very clear about my intention here. My intention is to help someone else who might be involved in some of the same activities to stop while you're ahead, to stop so that way you can live another day free, so you can live the call that God has on your life. The enemy wants nothing more. And I'm talking about both the demonic enemy and the systematic enemy that is used that has been created by demonic forces. You cannot convince me that the legal system that we have in place in America has not been influenced by demonic forces. I don't mean to say that there aren't good people there. I don't mean to say that there aren't people who have good intentions, but as a whole, the system is punitive, the system is destructive, and the system has created more offenders than it's stopped offenses. It's no question about that. So that brings us to our discussion here. We're going to watch, I want us to watch one video